Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lights Out with Ish and Eve. I'm Ish and this is Eve, and we are back for our mid-season review. I've been keen to do this.
I know, I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah,
I'm excited to unpack. A lot has happened.
A lot has happened.
And I feel like, honestly, like the first half of the season just feels like it's set up for the second half of the season. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the first half of the season was good and probably a bit unexpected.
Yes.
But I feel like the second half of the season is going to be a bit mental.
I completely agree. I feel like the first half of the season has in no way played out in the way that we all thought it was going to back when we kicked off in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. But... And I mean, there's just been so many twists and turns along the way of different teams and who's risen and who's dropped off. So there is a lot to discuss, which I'm very excited to do.
And happy summer break, everyone. Yes. /winter break.
/winter break for those of us in the Southern Hemisphere.
For the Southern Hemisphere, yeah.
Yes.
I hope you're all cozy and enjoying something else rather than Formula One because you can't go outside. Just kidding, we obviously can. But
sounds like you can't either with your heat wave. So.
Well,
we're all trapped
in the country.
True.
That's why you leave the country and go to where Lando was yesterday.
I know, that is unfortunate timing.
It's really, really quite sad.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it is
what could have been.
What could have been. Anyway, I think the way we're going to do this is we're going to unpack each team, their highs and their lows for each of the drivers as we go through. And then we'll do some of our awards for the season so far. And then we'll finish off with a bit of a favourite moments bracket. So we'll be pitting all of the like fun, emotional, iconic, silly, great driving moments against one another to pick our favourite moment of the season thus far.
And I think it's going to be quite difficult. I was looking at them and I was like, I don't think we're going to agree on some of these. But
there was definitely some where I was like, I've put Ferrari against McLaren.
Yeah.
This could be interesting.
There's one specific one and I was like, are we fighting to the death or what? Like, I don't Anyways, we'll get there. Look,
all right,
we can all be objective if we need to.
We can. Well, first of all, I was looking back at our grade the grids, which we did for every race except the first one.
Did we not? Oh, yeah, we forgot. A little bit rusty.
Yeah, it had been a minute. So, cut us some slack. But, so I decided to, like, map out all of their points and basically... because we only did it for 10 out of the 11 weekends, they got scored out of 60. And so I thought I'd run through each driver, before we go into each team, I'd run through each driver and what average grade they're sitting at for the season so far.
Yeah, I think it's probably also good to caveat this with, there's obviously DNFs included in this. Like, the grade, if you don't follow us on Instagram or TikTok, is based off of their performance like comparatively to their own standards, kind of. At the Grand Prix. So obviously, if they've had like a DNF, they're not going to score as highly. If it wasn't their fault, maybe they'll score a bit better. Like there is kind of a lot of nuance to it. I will caveat. For sure. But I think a lot of them came out fairly accurately.
I think so too.
If you ask me.
Agreed. So at the top end of the scale, we have only one driver sitting with an A grade, and that is obviously Kimi Antonelli, our currently leading driver in the World Championship with 56 out of 60 points.
That's... is that like 1B? Like, or 2
literally,
Bs or something?
It's like a couple of Bs. So
in a big long string of A's.
Well.
But I also feel like that is accurate.
Yeah,
like
that is how his season has gone. Because the times that he's DNF'd, it's
not his fault.
Really been his fault. It's the car.
No.
Like,
he's car says no.
Yeah, otherwise driven a pretty flawless season.
Yeah.
Then, oh no, you go.
No, fine, all good.
then in B, we have a lot of drivers, but it's a bit split. So at the top end of the B, maybe a B plus, we've got Max, Lewis, Lando, and Liam all scored 49 out of 60 points.
Yeah.
So I'd again rate that. I feel like that's fair as to where we kind of thought they would be.
Yeah, and also, like, I feel like you've got drivers in there, like Max and, like, Lando, who have been out driving the car when possible.
Yes.
Lewis, who's just been so consistent, jumped back to form. And Liam, who's A, been really consistent, and B, constantly scoring points. Like,
yeah.
I feel like this is quite accurate. I'm quite happy with this. Although I'm surprised some of the C's aren't B's, I will say.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
fair.
Specifically one of them.
Fair.
Yes.
Well, if we go back down the rest of the B's, say the B's and the B minuses, we've got Isaac Hadjar, Charles Leclerc, George, Arvid Lindblad, Oscar, and Franco Colapinto.
Oh, I was reading it wrong. I mean, like, I thought Hadjar would be higher than, like, Liam and maybe even Lando.
So
but
I think
he's still in a B.
He is still in a B, and I think he's around, like, the 47. Like, he's, like, higher.
He's the higher end. Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll shut up then.
So all of those drivers are still ranking around a B. Colapinto just scraping in at 42. So
I think it's very interesting that Colapinto scraped into a B. Like, good for him. But I think
it's also based on our perception of where we think the drivers are going to be. So then the fact that, especially earlier on in the season, Colapinto was having some great drives, we were like, yeah, B, B, C, B, B.
Yeah,
like,
that's
whoa,
so true.
Look at him go!
Whoa, he's beating Gasly. He's really good. But then, like, realistically, Alpine is just kind of better. So
yeah, like, it was just looking really good.
That's what I mean. Like, there is a nuance because it's against our own perception of where they should be. So, like, when you compare it to last year, you're like, damn, he scored points. Hey!
I know.
But hey, there's no science to this, guys. No, this is purely off of vibes.
And when we rank it, it's literally on the vibes. So then we have both Audi drivers on right at the top end of the C, so C+. Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto. We also have Esteban Ocon and Carlos Sainz, Ollie Behrman and Alex Albon, all on C's. And
interesting.
There are definitely some drivers I've maybe put lower. Like, I'm actually, I mean, yeah, Carlos and Alex Albon, and maybe that's just recency bias because they have really dropped off, I feel like.
Yeah,
in
and Ollie
the more
too.
Recent races. Yeah, Ollie definitely. Like, I think he's certainly been saved by his first half of the season. But then with a D grade, we have Alonso, Perez, and Bottas, which is not particularly surprising. And then coming in with the only E grade of the group thus far is Lance Stroll.
But only 1 point behind Bottas, I will mention.
Yes,
so
that is true.
It's close.
Very true, very true.
And yeah, I mean, Perez ahead of Bottas by 4 points. I feel like that's mainly to do with the fact that he just hasn't DNF'd as much.
Yeah, it's true. I think
I don't know what to say really about them down there.
I know. Our predictions, I predicted Perez was going to be better than Bottas, and you predicted Bottas was going to be better than Perez. So, I think so far
you're winning. But also I feel like, and I feel like you're definitely winning in terms of, like, qualifying as well. Like, I feel like it kind of always is Perez and then Bottas. But I will say Bottas has DNF'd so many more times. That man cannot make it through a race. So I don't feel like that really helps my case.
So true.
And it's not his fault. I'm not starting an argument about Bottas and Perez. I don't care.
We have more important fish to fry. So
100%.
Let's get into it. Let's start with the championship leaders, Mercedes. So, I mean, look, they're obviously still leading both the drivers and the constructors championships, but it feels like they're always only just half a step ahead. Like, it feels like at any given point in time, that rug could be swept out from under them.
Yeah, like they're fast, obviously.
Yes.
But unreliable and being caught.
100%.
So I feel like if they were fast and being caught, that's one thing. But the lack of reliability is just going to make catching them so much easier. Because it's not even like they're maximizing points. And this season would be a completely different picture if they were reliable. It would be boring, probably.
Totally. So, well, yeah, it'd just be between Kimmy and George the whole time.
And even if you call, like, part of the unreliability, whatever the issue is with George's car, if that also wasn't a thing, because I'm just looping that in with being unreliable, because clearly something's not working. Yeah. But yeah, such mixed feelings at Mercedes. Like, as you were kind of saying, it feels like they're always just kind of like, on the edge of, like, something really bad happening, and them just, like, all coming unstuck. Like, it's definitely not a confident, we are the fastest and we are the best.
Yeah.
It's like, how long are we...
Like, we're fine for now, but... Yeah. But I mean, like, they also have just been, I don't even remember the last time they were both happy with the drives that they put in. It was probably back in China, their last one too. Yeah, Melbourne. Like, it's been such a garage divided, and obviously George's car problems have not been helping with that. Yeah. But I mean, like with George, it's just so tough. Like, painful, the amount of bad luck that has just... Yeah. I mean, whatever the issue whatever the issue is with his car, there we go. Got that sentence out. Whatever it is, and I'm sure it will come out in the wash in the second half of this season, and we'll find out more. But whatever it is, I'm sure that it could have so easily been in Kimmy's car.
Yeah, and then we'd be singing a completely different tune. Yeah,
totally. It'd be like, oh, George is just cooking him, the amount of experience,
and like he's still a rookie and he's just making mistakes, and like, oh, he's just not ready yet, and like,
100%.
Kimmy wouldn't be copying nearly as much as George if he was in the same position.
No,
but like with George, and we've spoken about this so many times, I just don't know what he can do. Like,
yeah. It feels like he's tried everything. He's tried changing his driving style. He's tried
it's not that.
It's like he's tried every trick under the sun, like when he's on track to make things work. And yeah, just nothing seems to be happening. So I really, really, really hope for his sake that over this summer break, Mercedes can get it together and work out what the issue is.
Exactly. And then just for him to have a level playing ground crack at it. I'm not saying I think that once it's fixed, he's going to be like winning every weekend again.
Totally.
Again, that hasn't happened. But like it just at least gives him a chance to fight for it. Because at the moment, it doesn't feel like that's really a thing.
No.
Whereas,
for real.
Speaking of Kimmy,
yes,
absolutely stellar, flying, fastest man on track almost every weekend, even when he's not leading the race, even when he's DNF'd eventually, he looks like the fastest car, and is leaps and bounds ahead of where he was last year, broken some incredible records.
For real.
And you just really can't fault him. But one thing I think is super interesting to discuss when it comes to Kimmy, I think we have to talk about like someone who I think I've mentioned it briefly, but is probably a massive player in this success for Kimmy, which is Bono.
Yeah, that's very true.
I feel like Bono has the... I'm not discounting Kimmy at all.
Totally, of course.
The rapid progression to be in his second year. Bono has the experience of almost anything under the sun to do with winning a championship and fighting for a championship, including fighting against your teammate.
Yes.
So I just feel like Bono is so experienced and so knowledgeable and so successful
and
with
so
Lewis.
calm.
Yeah, exactly. He's so measured and level, and like he's so lovely with Kimmy on the radio, and you just have to think that having someone like that in your corner is going to make the world of difference for a young kid.
100%.
And obviously Kimmy's very different personality in the car to Lewis, but he's grown so much from the start to here on how he is. He doesn't lose his head as much. And I just feel like a lot of that positive growth and trajectory, like, obviously having the right people around you is imperative to being successful in any case. Yeah. And I don't want to discount Kimmy being incredible and rapid and everything. But the consistency and the headspace and the mentality.
I think it would be very easy as a 19-year-old, I think he's still 19.
Yeah, I think so.
To let the pressure, the excitement, the whole circus that is Formula One, especially when you're the child leading the championship, get to your head. And in the moments where it counts, where you need to have a cool head, to have that calming, reassuring voice full of wisdom and knowledge and the ability to just unpack a scenario and communicate clearly, I think is, so powerful. And it's absolutely a part of Kimmy's success. Like, 100%. He's driving aside, like, 100%. It's the same way that, like, I'm sure Max would say that there is a certain amount of his success that he would attribute to having GP as his.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the word? Engineer.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's race engineer, queen.
Yeah. I'm like, why is the word escaped my brain right now? Anyway, there would absolutely be a huge benefit to having that behind him, 100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, Kimmy just amazing first
I'm not trying to take away anything that Kimmy's done, obviously, for himself, but
not at all. But I mean, even when the chips have been down for him, that's where I think we all were going to question, like, how's he going to go? And every single scenario that's been thrown at him, he's managed to make the most of it, not, lose his head.
100%. Like, damage minimization, like...
Yeah. Like, he's done really, really well. It will be interesting to see how things play out if, he does start to have more wheel-to-wheel racing with Lewis and George in particular, when and if the championship gap closes.
Yeah, I agree.
And there is really that high-pressure situation. But outside of that, I mean, you can't fault the guy. He's 100%.
Because the only time we really saw that was the sprint in China, and obviously he lost his head. Yeah. And I feel like when he's been fighting with people, it's either not been with his closest competitors, or he's fighting with people and Lewis and George are back there. Like, they're not ahead. He's not, it's kind of not that high pressure do or die situation.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. I don't doubt that he can handle it from what we've seen so far, but I want to see it because that's fun.
For sure. So then I guess at Mercedes, I mean, the real question is, are they going to continue to walk away with this season, or will things start to get a little spicy for them as the other teams develop?
I think they're banking on their head start, for sure.
Definitely.
And they have a massive shot at retaining their hold on both titles if they can fix their car. Especially George's car. Even if they don't fix the, like, little reliability issues that happen here and there, if they can get George's car functioning at the levels Kimmy is, even just that will take the pressure off.
Absolutely.
Because they've got two cars functioning at the fullest capacity until one engine goes bang. But, like, even just maximising their points hauls with both cars will make a massive difference. But, Yeah.
It will be interesting if at some point during the second half of the season, Mercedes have to take a 10-place penalty or like start in the pit lane for needing a new power unit. Because I'm sure, at some point they will, with how
a couple
unreliable.
Have gone bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure they're running low on their allocation, so I think that's going to happen at some point. Which obviously opens the door to the challenges, and the closest one being Ferrari.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. How are you feeling about Ferrari, etc., etc.?
I mean, I'm really, I think, trying to like keep a lid on my hopes and dreams for this season, because look, I had a little moment after Silverstone where I was like, Charles Leclerc world champion.
If you watch the end of the Silverstone episode, awards onwards,
yeah, it's basically just me living in the state of delusion. But I've since calmed that down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's classic Ferrari, right? Like, the highs are high, the lows are low.
Yeah.
But the overall trajectory, I think, is positive.
Agreed.
And they are a clear and consistent second fastest, and they are there to pick up the pieces. So, although hell does break loose sometimes, and Charles, I think, is very lucky to have picked up his form and a win. Not lucky, like he obviously did that himself. He didn't fluke it, but I mean a little bit because Kimi DNF'd. But like I think if Charles hadn't got that win, we would be talking a very different story about him, unfortunately.
Agreed.
So I think all the Charles Leclerc fans have breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Yes.
Since then. And I'm sure you can vouch for that.
Completely, because it was a bad run. But I mean, if we look at the other side of the garage, Lewis, who came from the fiery pits of hell in Ferrari land last year, has emerged this season with the new regulations and has just absolutely been phenomenal.
Yeah, what a return to form. Yeah. And maybe it was the ground effect era. I think I've already apologized to Sir Lewis Hamilton for my choice words last year. I don't remember any of them, but I'm sure there were some.
Yeah, I'm sure there was quite a bit of is it time for Lewis to retire conversation going on.
And I don't think I would be so demure about how I said that. I don't think I would have said, is it time? I think I would have said, fuck off.
Yeah. Get out of
here. I think, Anyway, sorry. But obviously, picking up his first win with Ferrari.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Just
and
cinema.
I'm sure that even feels, I remember at the time, I was like, do you wish this was Charles? And you were like, but I'm sure now the fact that Charles also has one, you can appreciate a bit better.
100%. Yes, definitely.
But and just on top of that, like, he's had a few small mistakes. He's become the new Esteban Ocon in penalties.
That is very true. Yeah, I mean...
But still been so consistent.
I know. I think the thing for Lewis now is he just has to lock in, dude. Just like, you are, what,
Hammer
45?
time.
Yeah, 50 points
That's
behind.
Oh, I thought you meant 45 years old. And I was like, brother. No, he's not that old. I thought you were telling him to lock in because he's old and experienced and shouldn't be making these mistakes. And I was like, whoa. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You are like, what, 45 or 50 points behind in the championship. Like, that is very much still wide open for you.
Especially this year because of how much the points can swing.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen if you keep getting penalties every weekend. So lock in, my guy. Like, there is a shot for you to get your 8th with Ferrari, which there is the Charles Leclerc part of my heart would die.
Even me, I'm like, if Ferrari won a championship and it wasn't Charles Leclerc, I would be like, this is cruel. This world is cruel.
Yeah. I would obviously be so happy because A, Ferrari won a drivers' championship, and B, Lewis got his 8th. Both great.
Yeah.
If it could happen like after Charles Leclerc wins
Like
the World
next year.
Championship, that'd be great. But beggars can't be choosers. So, I mean, he's got a genuine shot at making that happen this year, but he has to lock in.
And this is why I thought you were talking about his age, because I also am kind of just like, some of it I feel like he's been a little bit hardly done by. Some of it is like not really his fault, but you know, them rules be rules. Yeah. But at the same time, I am like, some of them are just little errors, like the impeding.
Yeah, like little false starts and whatever.
Anymore. Yeah, and like I understand this. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not trying to say that just because he's been in F1 a million years means he's superhuman and doesn't make mistakes.
Totally.
But yeah, he's still been one of the most consistent, and I think that consistency is Ferrari's strong suit. They're the only front-running team that has reliability and consistency.
Yeah, 100%. So interesting. We'll see, obviously, how it continues.
We say
they
have it. They haven't always.
No.
It has been. It's been a bit, but I feel like they haven't had what Red Bull, Mercedes, and McLaren have had, where all of a sudden the whole car shuts. They've had their issues, but it hasn't been as quite do or die as the other teams that are up there. And I feel like that's a massive advantage, and good for them.
100%. I know. But yeah, it will be very interesting to see how the second half of the season plays out, if Charles can continue this kind of upwards momentum in terms of his performance, and if Lewis can lock in and genuinely make a championship bid or not. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same as what I've said last week. Like, Lewis, same as George, I think can only make a real bid if things keep happening to Kimi.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's all about Mercedes' reliability. If Mercedes has reliability, crown Kimi now. Like, no one's catching him because he's not making the mistakes.
No. But we'll see. Let's move on then to McLaren, who have had a very exponential increase in performance from particularly where they started the season with double DNS.
Did it start?
Oscar, barely, being able to get out on track and complete a racing lap. It's been a road.
Pits of hell, honestly.
It's been a journey.
I said this at the time, but I do think I shed a little bit of a tear when Oscar crashed on the formation lap in Australia.
Yeah. That was a tough
from a night out. Accidentally missed the start of the race. Woke up skipping through the stream to find the start of the race so I didn't get spoiled, and long before the race should have started, skipped to a McLaren in the wall and had to ride that emotional roller coaster. So that wasn't fun. But it's okay. Because you said we started in the pits of hell. And now look at us. Oscar still had the pits of hell weekend, but at least he's out on track and leading a race.
So true. So really, leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, Oscar's season thus far has certainly been many steps backwards from where he was last year, obviously, which would be such a tough emotional pill to swallow. Like,
having been so close to it last year.
Yeah, like, at one point,
and fumbling.
It felt like,
Like, he fumbled.
He did, and at one point it felt like he had 1.5 hands on the championship trophy, and then it all went downhill, and then now he's just been nowhere. Like, he is one of the drivers, I think, that has really struggled with this new regulation of cars, and it's been a tough watch for Oscar.
Yeah, and the thing with Oscar is you're never gonna hear him being like, oh, I just hate this car, blah, 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 blah. In the media, he's always just gonna be like, yeah. It's all right.
Except for when he's raging at Carlos Sainz.
Oh, I mean, yeah. But in the media pen particularly, he's going to be very level. You're not going to hear him bitching and moaning and
Yeah.
Going on and on and on. So it's hard to have that kind of insight into how he feels about it because he's always so measured.
Yes.
Like I'm talking about how he feels about the overall picture of the season and the regulations and everything like that. I mean, I would have loved to see him get that win in Hungary.
Yeah.
And obviously it does bode well for the rest of the season, but at the same time, they're good around Hungary. And they almost won in Miami, and they got around Miami. So it's like, it feels a little, I don't trust it. Like, it feels a little track specific at this point.
Yes. I'm very interested to see how they go in the second half of the season. I feel like we've been left on such a cliffhanger with McLaren.
I know. And like the fact that they've just like, they were on track for a 1-2.
Yeah.
They were going to get a 1-2.
Yeah. And now we don't have any racing, and it's like, well, are they good? Are they not good? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Like, on the other hand, Lando, I actually think has had quite a solid season, like, in terms of himself, not really as much in terms of results, because he's had unbelievable reliability problems.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like... And Lando's so funny this year because he's world champion, and I don't think he's like, I'm not competitive, so I don't care.
I know he has been it's been very funny to watch him just like really not care about anything that goes wrong.
Like, live, laugh, love.
So,
whatever.
Yeah.
So that's hilarious, first and foremost. And even when he like has been up there, he's just like,
yeah.
I'm back, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
Which we'll see nice. For how long.
I like that it feels like he's enjoying it rather than like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, and you know, everyone's questioning him if he can do it or not, and so it's nice, I think, to be able to see him enjoy 100%. The sport.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I'm not fighting for my life as a McLaren fan as much as I was before, because no one's hating on my drivers. I don't have to hear people yelling about them or them yelling at each other as much.
True.
Obviously, we saw glimpses of papaya rules in Hungary, and I was like,
yeah, that was not ideal.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Lando's clearly, I think, gotten a much quicker grasp of this generation of cars over Oscar. He's absolutely been looking quicker all season. And so, it'll be really interesting second half if these upgrades are genuine and they're not just, we're really good in Hungary because we're McLaren.
Yeah.
They could be a genuine threat to Ferrari and even Mercedes in the second half of the season.
Like, I don't know if they can... I don't trust it yet enough for them to win it, but just to be really annoying for Mercedes and Ferrari to have to consider and think about.
Yes.
Like, it's not just a 1v1 fight.
100%.
Like, it's just... It's like another team getting involved, and it's like, right, well, if you think about, like, a race strategy unfolding where Mercedes is like, well, we need to, like, beat this Ferrari because of the Constructors' Championship, but then there's just a McLaren in the mix that's just, like, getting in the way. Like, that's just fun.
Agreed.
So I hope that can be...
They might cause a little chaos.
I want to wear my Oscar Piastri shirt on the podcast again. I do.
Oscar, make it happen.
It was so close.
It was so
I was
close.
already thinking about how I was going to wear that. I should have worn it today.
You should have.
I should have. Should have taken the opportunity while I could. Anyways, Zandvoort. Back-to-back wins in Zandvoort.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of Zandvoort.
Yes. Nice segue.
Nailed it. Let's move on to Red Bull. And of course, I mean, both drivers, I think, have done phenomenally well.
Yeah.
For different reasons. Max, obviously, because of the car not being, I think, aligned with his driving ability in terms of he's outdriving the car. And then Hadjar has just absolutely come into that team and nailed it. And I mean, we said and we hoped that this would happen.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that he has been able to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, he's just, it's been so nice and so refreshing to not constantly be like, oh, the Red Bull second seat. Oh, no one's ever going to be able to, like, hold a flame to Max.
I think he's ended up turning into the perfect second driver for that team, because what is happening at Red Bull at the moment is you've got Max as your lead driver and he is out driving that car to the nines. But when the issue with that car is when he does that, there is huge risk of accident, as we've seen with the crash in quali, the crash at Silverstone, and then the spin in quali recently as well. So he's causing damage to his own points and charge. And if this was happening last year or in the last 7 years of Red Bull are not going to be nowhere in the constructors, but they've got Hadjar, who just consistently banks that mid-level points every week for the team, and that kind of takes the pressure off Red Bull in the constructors, because they're not just relying on Max, and they don't have to say to Max, we really need the points, don't drive on the limit, because you're going to crash probably. So it allows Max to wring the neck of the car.
100%.
And if he crashes, at least the team's still getting points.
Totally. I mean, Hadjar has scored 7 straight top 6 finishes in a row.
That's unbelievable.
Like, incredible. Unheard of from a Red Bull second seat. Like, truly. And, I mean, that obviously that P21 to P6 drive in Spa, amazing. I think
so good.
My one question mark with Hadjar is right now, I think there is quite a big gap between the top 4 teams and then Racing Bulls and then the rest
Alpine.
of the pack.
Yeah.
So I do wonder, should some of those midfield teams be able to improve their performance? Is Hadjar going to continue to be able to keep up? Or is he just... Because I think he is genuinely quite behind, but because there's such a big gap for him to slot into,
that's why he's
kind
consistently
of okay.
like P6.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if you take some DNFs out of the top teams, then
he ends up further up.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good point. So... And also, that being said, like on the same argument, if Red Bull continue to improve, and say they improve the car so much that Max is now winning races and getting pole position, is Hadjar finishing P2, P3, P4, or is he still finishing P6?
Down there. Yeah. So it will be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting, and I would love to see what happens. I'm very curious. However, in qualifying, he seems on pace with Max. So that bodes well for this argument.
But he's also quite a new driver too. So I think when you are a bit more experienced, a bit more of a veteran, that's when the racecraft, like, you develop
100%.
that ability to perform over 60, 70 laps, not just set an absolute flyer, you know? So
for sure. And he's always in the last year and a half, but last year, one thing we really did praise him on was his qualifying. So I think he's probably revealing himself as another George Russell, Charles Leclerc type of being quite good in qualifying. So that's a nice little thing to have up your sleeve.
Definitely.
And then obviously, on the other side of Red Bull, or next to Red Bull, RB, absolutely unreal and so reliable.
I know. And I mean, it was interesting, and we'll talk about Alpine next, but those two have absolutely just
switched.
Because, I mean, and I think the thing that's really interesting with RB is obviously Lindblad is the only rookie for this season, and he has rapidly caught up to Lawson's driving skills.
I think he's kind of flying under the radar in terms of being a rookie because we had so many rookies last year.
Yeah.
And I still think of last year's rookies as the rookies. So
yes.
I feel like he's just kind of slotted in with them, and
yes.
it's easy to forget that, no, they have another whole year on him.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's so much that's new this year that he's just kind of slotted in with all the rookies from last year.
Agreed.
And I find it quite easy to forget that, no, he is like 10 races in. And that is unreal. Like, it seems like he has taken half a season to get to where Liam's taken 3 years to get to, in terms of not making rookie errors, not getting into little tiffs, not crashing as much. Like, Liam, obviously, unbelievable form. He's finally found some peace and quiet, and shaken the rookie demons, you know?
Yes.
But when you compare how much time that took compared to
100%. And in a I don't know, Formula One bubble, like the Red Bull teams, where they're not afraid to chop and change drivers very quickly.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting, the conversation around, you know, is Lindblad already a more valuable driver to Red Bull or Racing Bulls than Lawson is?
See, I kind of don't think so, because like, although he's gotten there quicker, at the current state of affairs, they're both there now.
Yeah.
So they're both delivering the results. I know a lot of people are kind of looking at Liam and being like, I mean, obviously it's different if Lindblad continues the trajectory and then just completely takes over him. But as things stand now,
they're on equal footing.
I think Arvid Lindblad's success is not necessarily Liam Lawson's failing, because Liam Lawson is also having his best season ever and succeeding in his own regard, and they're quite equal. So in the current state of play, I think that's a little bit unfair. I can see why people are saying that, for sure.
Well, I think it also leans into the whole, like, is Max going to leave conversation? Yeah. And if he does, who goes up to the big team? Like, at this stage, you put Lindblad in, surely.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this stage you're getting someone else from another team, probably.
Well, that's true. It might just be a direct swap.
Yeah. Or even, we'll talk about a couple of other... I'm surprised, I was going to say this actually, I'm very surprised we've had so little happening in terms of silly season in the summer break.
Yeah, nothing.
The only real rumours have been like, what's Max doing?
And to be fair, I don't actually think he's going anywhere for next year. I think he will be staying well put at Red Bull for next year, see out his contract, and then he'll decide what he's going to do. But I think for next year, at the very least, he is sat.
Yeah. It depends, I guess, like what his like bigger plans are in terms of when he wants to retire, because if he wants to retire at the end of his contract, which is 2028, he might just be like, CBA, changing teams. Yeah. Like, I can't be asked. I'll just stay here and then I'm going to retire. I can't be asked getting a new race engine. I was getting a new one anyway. But like, like, I can't be bothered, like, changing teams, getting new people around, different factory, blah, blah, blah. He's been at Red Bull 10 years. I can see him just being like, literally can't be bothered to do that.
Had enough of that. Yeah, agreed.
But on the flip side, like, it might be him being like, well, we'll give something else a go before I retire.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see both, but I think I could more see him being like, I'm going to just sit here, and then if it's not better by the time my contract's up, I'm retiring.
I'm out, 100%.
Goodbye.
And I think that
he doesn't seem motivated enough to, like, do all that.
Yeah, if he's not chasing championships, I think he's done. So...
But that's the thing, it's like, does he swap to like a Mercedes where like to chase a championship kind of thing?
Yes.
I don't know where, like, maybe, because that's what you say. Obviously, he's very motivated if he's chasing a championship.
Yes.
But so I don't think it's completely off the cards.
Is the opportunity going to arise? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I would love the Max George beef if Max then took his seat.
Oh my god, that would be wild.
I don't want him to take George's seat because I feel so bad for George because like it's just not his fault. It's just not his fault.
The year that simply could not get worse for George Russell.
Oh, it could. It could. Anyways.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I think that's Racing Bulls. Mm-hmm. So then, as we said, their kind of key competitor this season so far has been Alpine, who started incredibly strong. Like, we were shocked. Gasly was just out here getting like P6s and P7s for fun.
And I think like when you compare it to where they were last year as well, it's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, unfortunately, it just feels like they have gotten outdeveloped by Racing Bulls. I mean, obviously, a huge highlight was Gasly's Monaco not quite podium that was a podium.
I so wish he got to celebrate that properly.
I know. But yeah, I mean, since then, the cars just kind of seem to fall off a bit of a cliff.
Yeah, but like, it just seemed to have stagnated, and it's happened to both of them. But like, I think you can tell by the fact, like, you can tell the car is fading by the fact that, you know, we always saw when the car was there, Gasly would just spawn into like P3 and you'd be like, whoa. So the fact that that hasn't happened, it proves that the car is kind of hit a wall. Like, it's at a standstill. Absolutely. Or they've been outdeveloped, definitely by RB, but maybe by some of the others as well. A little bit more on par. I think this season has shown, like, I'm sure Franco Colapinto is very relieved.
Yeah, I mean, he's done great. He's out-qualified Gasly, like, a bunch of times. Like, he's really picked up his performance.
100%.
Like, good car or no.
And I don't want to make this about Jack Doohan. I don't.
But I will.
Because I'm over it. I promise I'm over it. But, that being said, it's taken a year for Franco to get this level of consistency in results, and I think given the same opportunity, he would have been fine as well.
True. But we have just said that it's fine for Liam Lawson to have taken 3 years to get to where Lindblad's gone.
Yeah, exactly, because he was given the time. Jack Doohan was given 5 races.
This is true.
He wasn't given 3 years. So I'm over it. Yes. I promise. I promise I'm over it. So good for Franco. I'm over it. Good for him. But yeah, every time that happens, I'm just like, and it's nothing. It's nothing against Franco. I have nothing against him personally. I have qualms with Alpine, and I have qualms with Flavio Briatore.
Very fair.
Anyways, I think, although Alpine have stalled, I don't think it's all bad. I think they have a very solid basis.
Yes.
And they can probably still continue the fight ahead, like pushing forward without worrying too much about who's chasing them from behind. Like, I still think that they are a fair bit ahead of the rest.
Well, see, you say that, but Audi...
I had no internet when I was writing this. I couldn't check.
Like, Audi are seeming to improve. I mean...
That's true.
You look at... I mean, Hulkenberg had a really tough start to the season. Like, there was just so many unfortunate circumstances. I mean, that, like, kill switch DNF that he had in Barcelona.
Diabolical. I can't believe that's real.
Awful.
I can't believe that happened.
I know. But I mean, he's like got some points on the board now, and he's been close to getting points several times. Bortoleto has been so consistent this season as well. So, I don't know. I feel like they could potentially... I think their fight now is more so with Audi than it is with Racing Bulls for Alpine.
Interesting. What's the points difference? Do you know off the top of your head?
Let me pull it up.
I think, yeah, they're doing so well considering it's a new works team. Like, yes, they've taken over an existing team, which gives them a head start versus a Cadillac.
Yeah.
But, like, considering it's a new works team.
Yeah, it's only a 9-point difference.
Oh, I'll shut up. Yeah, right. Right.
Audi are on 12 points. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I was looking... Okay, hang on. Please hold. That was so incorrect. I was looking at the wrong team. Audi are on 12 points. Haas are on 21 points, which is what I was looking at.
Got you.
Okay, Alpine are okay. Alpine are on 61 points.
Oh. And
Forget what I said.
Audi are on 12 points.
Are on 12.
Yeah,
Forget what I said.
They're fine.
Forget what I said.
So Haas is above Audi.
Yes, by 9 points.
Right.
But I think because in my brain, recency bias, right? Like, Haas have just dropped off the face of the planet. Audi have started to perform better, and Alpine have also dropped back. In my head, I'm like, oh, well, that must mean that, like, Audi and Alpine are, like, on similar playing fields, but they're just not. And a big part of that is obviously because, like, I mean, Gasly got a podium. Yeah. And at the start of the season, they were really great. So that checks out.
For sure.
So I think maybe they're not really in competition with Audi, but on track, I think they'll be in competition with Audi.
Yes, got you. There's a difference, yeah. I think Nico will be thanking the lucky stars that he's finally on the board before the summer break, because I think that was starting to look quite bad for him, even though he had, obviously, bad luck. And he was P11 all the time. Like, he took over Ollie's place in P11. So I think that the no points looked worse than it was for Nico. Yeah. But just being on 0 just doesn't look good when you're against her. Like, and Gabby, I rate really highly, actually.
Yes.
And I said this last year as well, but I feel like they've both drivers have kind of been lost in the high end of the non-point scorers, but it hasn't actually been that bad.
No, like, I genuinely think they've been doing a really good job.
In between, like P11 and P15. Like, that little patch. And I don't think that's that bad. I was expecting worse reliability.
Well, a new works team, like, they've actually done an incredible job.
Yeah, like, they've had a few, but so has everyone. They've had less than Mercedes.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know, that's just a guess. But I think Gabby particularly is showing really good signs of settling in and being really consistent in F1. And I think that's great for him.
Yeah.
Like, he's we were talking about this with him in Sauber last year. Like, he's got no pressure. He's just chilling, just learning the ropes, getting consistent results. And I'm like, this is great for him. And especially when, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but like, then if you compare it to like Ollie, who's just like had all this hype and everyone's talking about him, and now I kind of forget he's there.
Yes.
And that's scary for him.
Yeah. Really not ideal.
No.
Okay, so moving on to, I guess, kind of the backmarking teams now. And a team that we did not think was going to fall into that category is Williams. Yeah. What a tough, brutal 2026 Sainz and Albon have been having.
They've never really got off the ground after being promised the world. Like, it sucks in general, but it sucks even more when you compare it to all of their propaganda.
and totally, and not only promised the world, like empty promises, going from multiple podiums last year, obviously different regulations, but it felt like there was this momentum, like, okay, Williams have got it together. They've said next year is going to be phenomenal. They've proven they can do it. And then nothing.
And I was so excited for Williams to be good this year. I was like, obviously everything that Carlos has been through. And like, obviously I'm not, like, honestly, it sucks more for Alex Albon.
Because, for sure.
Like, bro.
at least Carlos got those 2 podiums last year.
Yeah. And also he was at Ferrari. He was winning races. And obviously it sucks when you like compare it to what he is now. But like Alex never even had that. Alex has been slogging it out the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I know, with the promise of this year being the year.
They've both been sold a dream in different ways, and I don't really know what more they can do as drivers. Like, the car just
I don't think
sucks,
they can do anything.
and that's
James
it.
Vowles has been on the radio being like, I'm so sorry, you've done everything you can, and it's just us and the team and the car. Like, he has said that.
But I wonder, I think, like, obviously they both will, but Carlos particularly I think they'll both be asking many questions about the dream they were sold, and could be open to a move.
I think Carlos especially,
Carlos particularly, but Alex as well. Like, Alex has been sold the dream for even longer than Carlos.
I know.
So,
I just think, like, obviously it's a huge conversation about like what the grid might look like and where people might move, and we don't have time to get into it. But like, I think there's absolutely a world where Carlos ends up in Audi if they get rid of Nico Hülkenberg. I think there's a world where he maybe even ends up back at Red Bull, depending on what goes on there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he was never in the Red Bull main team.
No, well, no.
It's Toro Rosso.
Yeah, true. He just, I mean, he might have to stick it out for another year or two, and then depending on,
because he's getting older too. I mean, I know I can't really call him old when Fernando Alonso's on the grid, but like,
no, but there are 19-year-olds on the grid.
Yeah. He's not. He's not the baby, and he's been at half the team. He's in his 5th team. Like,
yeah. I know. It's just
what
really
are we doing?
brutal.
Where are we going?
I know. I hope for their sake that at least for the second half of the season, they can show some sort of, progress.
Get a couple of P9 and P10s in there somehow. Please.
I know. Like, I think Carlos has been great, and the reason he's outscored Albon in our, like, grade the grids is, you know, he has had a couple of points opportunities that he's been able to capitalize on.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, it's just been a slog.
It's best of a bad lot, really.
Yeah, I really hope that second half of this year they can get it together and give them a bit of hope back.
Yeah, it's not really good, is it?
Not at all.
Another dream that was sold.
Yes.
If you want to call it that.
Another dream that was sold, yes, was Aston Martin. You know, I think I put Aston Martin as like P5 in my constructors predictions.
I don't think either of us did, because we were like, we waited until after testing and they were so bad. I think we got away with that.
True.
I think we got away with that.
Maybe I said I was going to, and then I didn't because we waited till after testing. I just feel like I remember having that thought at the start of the year of like, I'm going to put Aston Martin at like P5 or P6.
Yeah. Because that's what we were like. Newey's going there. They've got all the big guns.
Yeah,
they've invested a lot, and
deep pockets.
It's gonna pay off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another dream that's been sold, but a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
A brief glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
As in Q2.
Yeah. As in starting P14.
Yeah, not being knocked out in Q1.
Yeah.
Again, not much their drivers can really do, unless the car improves. But hey, I think this is another team where there is a massive question mark about how long the drivers, particularly Fernando Alonso, stay.
Yeah, agreed. I think surely he'll do another year if the car continues to kind of improve as it did in Hungary. I mean, I just think with Aston Martin, it's just like, you've put all this money into it, you've got Adrian Newey, you've got everything underneath you. How has it gone this wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. And you can't even blame Lance Stroll.
No.
It's a joke. Like, obviously, you can't blame him. But, like...
Yeah. But, I don't... It's just bizarre. It's just so bizarre.
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. At all. Yeah.
No. Never. Aston Martin's actually another team, though, that if they do continue to improve, I could maybe see Carlos Sainz again if Fernando Alonso takes a step back.
It's an attractive team to go to if they weren't shit.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a lot going for them.
Totally.
They've got all the big guns.
Yeah, they just can't seem to pull it all together.
Yeah, so I think, like, yeah, it's an interesting one. Because when they first became Aston Martin and, you know, Lawrence Stroll came in and stuff, there was like a hot property. Yeah. And then they came in and as Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso was getting podiums and...
Yep.
You know.
And he was like, I'm not gonna not be on the podium ever again this season after, like... having a couple of podiums early on in like
2 races.
Yeah, 2023 or 2024. Yeah, something like that.
Girl.
Yeah. And now here we are. Yeah. I mean,
making statements like that in Formula 1 is crazy because things change so fast.
Yeah. For real. But
they never learn.
They never learn. But I mean, look, I hope that their investment, because I'm sure it was a solid investment, in Adrian Newey does start to pay dividends soon. I hope it for Fernando Alonso's sake, because I just kind of want to keep seeing him around the sport and see if he can. Funny. Yeah.
Like, can you stay till you're 50? Because that's just hilarious.
Yeah, for real. Like,
it's just funny
when there are actual teenagers on the grid.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, we'll see how they go for the remainder of the season. I don't expect them to make huge leaps and bounds. I don't think that they'll be anywhere in the top 8 anytime soon. But if they can maybe get a point or two every now and again, I think they will call the second half of this season a success.
I agree. And who knows what they can do going into next season as well. Like, if they continue to progress...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of progressing, you know who is not?
Haas.
Is Haas. Yeah. It was looking so promising.
Oh, start of the season.
I feel like they finished... The past 2 years, I feel like they've finished quite strong.
Yeah.
And it was looking good, and I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, I feel like they're just kind of being forgotten. Like, I'm not seeing them. They've quietly just started getting knocked out in Q1.
Yes.
And I haven't seen them. They're not, I just, like, and that's why I say, like, Ollie runs the risk of being a promising rookie just burned at the back of the grid.
I know.
And I think he's in a good spot because he's shown what he can do in a Ferrari.
Yes.
And that's good because some people don't get that opportunity. But then on the flip side, Esteban Ocon, like, yes, it's not his fault, but how many more, like, they're both being forgotten.
I know. Like you said, they never get talked about. They never really get shown on the coverage. I mean, we've talked a bit in previous episodes about how, like, it's tough for a team like Haas because in a new development cycle, they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Which is insane, but is the reality.
I feel like the only kind of, like, hope that they have is that they find something fast that gets them even just back up to about where Audi and Alpine are. Because if they can find that before their resource runs out, that will at least do something for them. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of all they can hope for. If they don't have the money to keep throwing at and testing all of these different things, they gotta hope that one of the first things they test works.
Hopefully, yeah. Exactly. For sure.
Like, that's not a position you want to be in.
No. But, I mean, yeah, it's tough, particularly, as you said, for Ollie Behrman. Esteban Ocon, I don't know, man. Like, you've had your years in Formula One. Do I think you have many more of them left in you? Probably not.
No.
I think
you've been around the blocks.
Yeah. Like, I think he'll be there for next season, and then I'd say that might be curtains.
He's saved by the fact that it's not a very appealing place to be right now.
No, 100%.
And Ollie's still cooking him. Like, they're both not doing well.
Absolutely.
But he got cooked last year by a rookie, and he's being cooked again.
Yeah. So
it's time to...
Yeah. 100%. I think they're doing the whole, like, let's have an experienced driver to help us develop, and the younger driver
help the rookie along.
Yeah.
Who's helping who along?
Yeah, exactly. And I think Ollie Behrman has proved that he maybe doesn't need Esteban Ocon holding his hand.
That, like, with the growth of the sport and, like, how much the drivers do now before they get to Formula One, rookies don't need as much help as they did before.
We saw that last season.
Yeah. They all just, like, obviously they have their little errors and, you know, but I feel like in terms of teething periods, they've gotten so much better.
Totally. I think it's more so for the team, and the team to have someone with experience to be reporting back, to giving them feedback on how the car's performing, because they have context from all their years of experience.
And the different cars that they've driven and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Fully. But I still feel like with all of, like, the testing, like, previous cars and stuff like that development drivers do these days, I feel like that advantage is probably becoming less and less.
Yes.
I mean, nothing beats experience, obviously.
Totally.
I feel like the gap is now shrinking. And
yes. Which leads us nicely into our final team before we move on, which is Cadillac and their two highly experienced drivers, Perez and Bottas. I'd really hoped that Cadillac would be able to pull something out of the hat in the first half of this season, but did I expect them to? Not really.
Yeah. I literally wrote where we expected, really. Like, brand new team.
For sure.
Brand new everything. Yeah. And being hamstrung by the car. And brakes are on fire. I feel like if you had to summarize Cadillac, the brakes are on fire.
Brakes are on fire.
So... if their brakes weren't on fire, maybe you could finish a race.
Maybe.
That would probably be a good place to start.
Yes.
Obviously,
but for a brand new team to be just
they're there.
At least finishing some races, I think is...
And they got a point, although they were going to get a point, and then Perez had a penalty. So they nearly got a point. And I think even nearly getting a point is... amazing.
Solid. Yeah,
good
agreed.
For you. Even though it was taken away from you, you nearly got a point, and I think that's great.
I completely agree. Yeah. So, I mean, look, Perez and Bottas are doing their best, but unfortunately, they just do not have the car underneath them to do anything. So,
yeah, literally.
Give them time. Hopefully, in a couple years, like, they will start to be able to be competitive in the midfield, but at this stage it's not happening. It'll be interesting to see, like, next year or the year after, if they get a rookie in and they
or
decide
just someone that's going to draw attention and vibes to the team. Like, they're obviously not going to attract a Max Verstappen or a Lando Norris or a Charles Leclerc, but, like, if they can get someone into that seat with, like, a bit of excitement, and I know that they obviously brought
Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So, like, obviously that's what they kind of tried to do with Perez, because he's got such a, like, massive South American fan base. But I think on the flip side, a lot of people, apart from his fan base, actually don't like him. So you've got kind of, I don't know, they need something to just bring a bit of excitement to the team. And a rookie might do that as well. Like, something fresh, even if, like, it's just someone being a little bit immature on the radio, crashing out, wiping someone out. It's not good, but, like, something's happening. Like, I feel like once they start finishing races...
they're just there to be P22 and P21.
Yes. and like kind of make the brakes not be on fire, ideally.
Yeah. To be fair, they've been great at adding excitement to the races by causing yellow flags,
safety cars,
pit lane closes, safety cars.
Well, that's true. That is true. I'll give you that. But I think as the team grows, they're going to
want to be more than that.
And they're going to need a little bit of excitement about them. So whether that's like a really loved driver or something else.
A rookie,
because I feel like, especially with like Formula One's fan base and how it's developing, they don't have anything like young and fun going on. And maybe they just need more marketing and more PR, because Bottas is young and fun. Like, he is. But like, you don't, like, there's no, when you're talking about like the V-Carb admin, for example, very different, but like they just don't have anything that's generating any buzz about the team. I'm going into work mode and I need to stop, but
you're like, this brand needs to be managed a little better.
I'm like, how would I turn this around if I was their brand manager? Well, there you go. There's an insight into my life, everybody. But hey, for now, if the brakes aren't on fire, I feel like that's a win.
All right, let's get into our awards for the season thus far. Obviously, we normally have a lot of awards, but I've narrowed it down to just a couple that are kind of relevant for the half season.
I also don't think we're going to really disagree here.
No, I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward discussion.
But that's good. We can agree and we can award them together. Collectively from the Lights Out pod.
Absolutely. So, our biggest winner, Evie, who do you have?
I see, I've put a driver and a team for each of these. So, the biggest winner, obviously, it is Kimi Antonelli. And I don't think you will disagree.
I will not disagree. Absolutely, without a doubt, Kimi Antonelli.
100%. And as a team that I've put in there, for the team ones have gone like a bit of a different vein. Like, obviously you could say Mercedes because they're leading everything. But as a team, I've gone RB.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, completely. Just applause.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yes, 100%. Well, biggest loser, I fear we've probably also gone the same route here. For driver, I've gone with George Russell. Yeah. He was promised a podium. Yeah. He was promised a championship.
Yeah, he was promised a car that works.
Yes.
And is fast. And ideally the same as your teammates.
Ideally would be nice. But no, not for you. Not for you. I've
also gone for that. And on a team level...
Yes.
I have two.
Okay.
And we've obviously just kind of covered it, but I've gone for Aston Martin.
Yes.
And Williams.
Fair. That is very, very fair. I also had McLaren.
Yeah.
Because...
They fell off.
The absolute tumble from constructors and drivers champions to where they are now is tough. Especially at the start of the season when they could barely get off the line. So...
Yeah. Couldn't get to the line, actually.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. So...
Not ideal.
I also have McLaren for that reason. Who is your driver of the season so far?
It's Kimi Antonelli, actually.
Crazy! Any runners-up?
I didn't write any. I feel like if we're going with runners-up, there's like a lot of people that you can probably say. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Hadjar.
Fair.
Like just one, like more of like a one that I wouldn't expect.
Yes, fair.
Yeah.
I would also say Lewis in the sense of like obviously he's P2 in the Drivers' Championship, and the Ferraris have provided a lot of this year's entertainment.
That's true.
So, from just an enjoyment of watching of the sport perspective, that's been really good.
That is true.
So that is our brief little awards. Obviously, our next... Usually, we end our awards with our favourite moment. And instead of just trying to pick our one favourite moment from the season thus far and talk about it, I thought we would do a favourite moments bracket and we would pit them against each other and see which one we decide is the winner. So here you can see our favourite moments bracket that we're going to be ranking. I've categorised them into 4 categories in different colours. They are the emotional and iconic moments, the memes and mayhem moments, the records and history moments, and the on-track moments. So this episode has been so long, so we're gonna speed run through this. All right, so first of all, we're pitting Lewis's first Ferrari win in Barcelona, watching him on the podium with the Italian national anthem being sung to him by his team, against the kind of generational podium of Kimi, Max, and Lewis, all up there. The
past, the present, and the future.
Yes, in Canada. What would you pick as your favourite out of those two?
I would pick Lewis's first win with Ferrari out of those two.
Yeah, I'm also going to pick that. I feel like that's a very strong contender.
Yeah, I do think
so. So we're gonna pop him in there. Next up, we've got Hadjar's maiden podium. Obviously didn't actually end up being a podium, but 4th. With his dying car in Monaco. Versus Oscar's Japan performance, where he got on the radio at the end and was like, hey, when we start these, we're pretty good. And actually, finally, after a really tough Australia and China, being able to put in a solid performance in Japan. Where are you going with this?
See, I actually went for Hadjar here. And I know that you probably wouldn't think I would because it's Oscar. But I just think, like, Oscar, obviously it was great that he performed so well once he finally got started. But Hadjar dragged that thing around when it was broken. It had 10 million different... So I just think the performance itself to get through that race of Hadjar was more impressive.
I agree. Yeah, I was really on the edge
Oscar,
about...
I'm sorry.
I know, I was really on the edge about this one. But yeah, I think how hard Hadjar had to fight for that podium, even though obviously it got taken away. In the moment, if we just look at it in the moment, that was really... just a really lovely moment. So yes, agreed. So next we're moving on to the memes and mayhem moment. Yeah. So the first moment I popped in here, it was in Silverstone, where Jenson Button called out the Sky commentary team basically for having an absolute whinge about the safety car at the end, causing Lewis Hamilton to not end up winning the race, or being on the podium, I should say. And he just was such a diva about it. And
he just called them out. He clocked them. He absolutely clocked them. So if this wasn't Lewis, we wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah, it was so good.
So shut
up.
It was iconic. Yeah.
And so we've got that moment against the Lego race, also in Silverstone.
Yes.
Now, they're 2 very different moments here. If I had to pick one, just because I love a sassy moment, I'm going to go with Jenson Button.
I agree with you 100%. I feel like the Lego race was not as good as it was in Miami last year.
Yes.
And
putting them all in individual things was fine, but it wasn't as fun.
No. And I think because we'd seen it before, it wasn't... It was still fun, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was far more chaotic last year. And I love Jenson Button standing on business, so I definitely agree with you.
Next up, we have, and I don't know how I randomly pulled this one out, but it was Lewis's sparkly pink helmet in Monaco, which we called his Glam Prix helmet, which I feel like we can just tie into the entire, Kim Kardashian being there and just
Monaco glitz moment for Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
Hard launch, etc.
Yes. Against, and I think this is an easy win here for us, George launching his seat cover when he DNF'd in Canada. And then not only that moment, but then the Red Bull social media team commenting borderline something on a photo that was posted of it online in reference to obviously George's comments to Max about him being borderline violent.
That is just so much better. Like, it's messy. It's actually about racing. Like, it's to do with something that happened on track. It's referencing old beef. It's social media admins getting sassy, and I'm obsessed with it.
Next up, we've got... So now we're into the, like, records and history moments.
Yes.
So we've got Kimi's maiden win as the youngest ever pole and win combo that he got in China versus also Kimi's record that he set of 5 wins in a row in Monaco.
Yeah, this one was really hard.
Yeah.
So this one was really, really tricky.
But
I think for me, I like the maiden win.
Me too. I was hoping we would disagree on
that. But it makes it easier that we don't. But I think like him winning the first one, like by the time we got to Monaco, it was kind of expected. Yes. Like it was still really special and it was still incredible and it's a new record that he now holds. But it was kind of expected, whereas the first one I don't think was.
No.
And he's still the youngest pole sitter and race winner, and like there are records that he now holds for that as well. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. For sure. No, I think it was like a really, really special moment. He'll hold that for a long time, I'm sure. So next up we have Charles's finally breaking his win drought on Ferrari's 250th, getting Ferrari's 250th win.
Yes.
And Charles's first ever win at Silverstone. Against Lando, finally getting McLaren's first win of 2026.
And his first win as world champion.
That's very true. So
you haven't put that in there, and I think that makes a big difference, actually.
So here we have a Charles Leclerc fan and a Lando Norris fan arguing over whose win was a better moment.
See, obviously... we both prefer our drivers here.
Yes.
However, unfortunately for Charles Leclerc, it has been longer since he's had a win.
It's true.
And I feel like Ferrari and their iconic brand and them having 250 wins does kind of
elevate the
race
moment.
Win for McLaren, even though on a personal level I'd just like to make it clear I preferred Lando's win.
I really appreciate the lack of ego and the humbleness that you put into that answer. Because I wasn't gonna compromise.
But like if I were you, I wouldn't either. Like I can see objectively.
Fair.
I disagree on a personal level.
Yes. And that is duly noted.
And I feel like also the fact that you haven't acknowledged that it was his first win as world champion on here takes more away. I feel like it's weighted more heavily than what you've written.
It's true. I put a lot of context into Charles's and I was like, Lando won, I guess.
McLaren won for the first time this year, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that wasn't even Ferrari's first win of the year either.
No, it was not.
So
I know, very true. Well, we've
like
got
they're
both
quite
of the
equal.
Ferrari. We've got both Ferrari wins on the board now, so that's good.
See, that makes me want to change my mind, but we don't have time for me to change my mind, so.
Speaking of Ferrari, we're onto the on-track moments, and the first one I have is the Ferrari versus Ferrari battling that went on in China that was a lot of fun to watch. And similarly, up against that is the Mercedes battling one another, Kimi and George, in their wheel-to-wheel battle in Canada.
Yes.
What do you think was the better moment?
I think we might disagree here as well, because I picked Mercedes here. Because...
So did I! No!
Oh! Okay. Well, I thought you were going to pick Ferrari, obviously. But...
Well, I think because it's like, it was the championship, contenders, so there was just more at stake.
He was in the grass.
Yeah.
There were funny radios. Charles was just like, this is fun. Like, boring.
I know. And like my Ferrari boys, and I love this about them. They don't get too excited when they're battling one another. They just drive. And I'm not too stressed about them coming together. No. Whereas Kimi and George, I was stressed that they were going to come together.
Yeah. And like as you said, for the championship, there's cars in the grass.
Yeah.
There's potential DNFs. There's people getting pissed off on the radio. Yep. That's far more exciting.
For real. And then next up, we have the Lewis and Max racing that's just been happening all season long. I tried to pick a moment, whether it was the dive bomb or like, but there was so many to choose from. So just those two battling one another. Or Hadjar's P21 to P6 charge in Spa.
Yeah. See, here I'm going to go with Max and Lewis.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's been more consistent throughout the year. And the law.
Yeah, agreed.
And yeah,
I know. And I just love that they've gotten so mature about it. Like
I know. Times have changed.
Don't get me wrong. There's definitely still been a few like, you pushed him off the road there. But on the whole,
it's not a whole lot of full on. No attempted murders.
Exactly. Let's move on to the next round.
Yes.
Where we're pitting the finalists from each category against one
this
another.
may be where we start to
disagree. Yeah. We'll see. So we've got Lewis's first Ferrari win against the Hadjar podium in Monaco. I'm going to go ahead and lock in Lewis's win.
I agree with you. I do. Okay, I feel like it holds more weight and it has more aura.
Agreed. Yeah. So then we've got, and I think it's so funny that we've ended up with the two sassy moments here, but we've got Jensen Button calling out the Sky commentators against George launching his seat cover and Red Bull's borderline comment.
Yes, I love both of these. But
me too.
I think if I had to pick, I'd have to go with George. Because
me too.
It's like more racing related. It's like more dramatic.
All right, next we've got Kimi's maiden win in China and alongside his youngest ever pole and win. Against Charles ending his drought and winning in Silverstone.
It has to be Kimi. Surely.
No.
Surely. Come on.
I have to say Charles.
Girl, you are delusional. Like, come on. What? Like, how is Charles winning his, 9th race? And it's only been less than 2 years.
It's true. Here's how I'm looking at it, though. I'm not looking at it as, like, the history of it. I'm looking at it as, like, moments in the season.
Yeah. Right.
So I feel like, for me, and, like, I'll yield this one. Yeah. You yield Lando, so I will yield this one.
Okay.
But for me, I feel like that was a better moment.
Really? Because obviously in the context of the season now, we can be like, well, Kimi's got a bunch of wins now. But I feel like at the time, it was like, oh my God. Like, I feel like it was so much more of like an oh my God moment at the time.
Fair.
Than what Charles
I think just as a Charles Leclerc fan who hasn't had a win since 2024, it was a really big deal.
Yeah, of course. Well, I appreciate your yield. Because that's respectfully insane. But you're committed to your cause, and I absolutely can't knock
am.
you for that.
Committed to the pain.
Yes.
All right, and then in the on-track category, we have between Kimi and George's wheel-to-wheel racing and Lewis and Max's wheel-to-wheel racing.
This is so hard. This is so hard because obviously the argument for picking Kimi and George initially was because it was for the championship. But in my mind, like, just nothing beats Lewis and Max.
I know. That being said, though, that the moment that we got that racing, because we were waiting for it all season, and then we got to Canada, and it was like, oh, finally we get this moment, and then it was kind of cut short because of the DNF, but when it was happening, it was so good.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like I have to go with the Kimi and George.
Yeah, okay.
In Canada
See,
moment.
I'm happy to, like, relinquish that one.
So we've got Lewis's first Ferrari win against George launching his seat cover.
This is so stupid. Obviously, it's Lewis. Like, you can't... Yeah. That's so stupid.
That's so funny that they've ended up together.
Literally.
All right, and then we've got Kimi's maiden win.
Yes.
As youngest ever pole and win in China. Versus Kimi and George's wheel-to-wheel racing in Canada.
This is interesting, actually. Because, like...
It's also interesting because you're like, okay, what do I put against Lewis?
Yeah.
For the final.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like initially I said, like, Kimi's first win was better. But it depends. Like, obviously the wheel-to-wheel racing was way more exciting. And that was way more fun.
Yes.
And I probably enjoyed that more than I enjoyed Kimi winning his first race and his maiden win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I would agree.
Yeah.
Like, it was a more, if you think about it from an entertainment point of view, and, like, just enjoying watching that as a moment, I kind of enjoyed the racing more.
But then, obviously, the question is, if we put that one through, and we can't think of this, if that's what we want to go with, let's rock with it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But did you also enjoy that racing more than you enjoyed watching Lewis win? Because I think I did. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I enjoyed that more than watching Lewis win with Ferrari.
Well, okay, hang on. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, sorry.
Are we calling Kimi?
I'm happy
Are we calling Kimi and George? Yeah, let's do that.
It kind of comes down to, like, do you enjoy, like, the overall vibe of this win and what it means over actual wheel-to-wheel racing? It's like two different sides of the sport.
It is, and I think it's hard too because that wheel-to-wheel battle got, like, knocked short too. Like, it wasn't the absolute epic that we were hoping it would be.
I think if we had Kimi's first win against Lewis's first win with Ferrari, I would pick Kimi. Because I just kind of don't care. Because I'm like, Lewis, you've won you've won so much. I know they said this one's Ferrari, it's special, but I'm also like, I think the new protege's first win is way more exciting than a win in a new colour.
Fair.
But
I just think, like, the win was so beautiful because, like, he was so emotional and the team was so emotional.
Yeah, but...
And I think that's what puts it ahead for me.
But Lewis is always so emotional. Like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's true.
Like...
It's true.
Because with this as the final, like, I definitely... Like, I don't know, am I heartless? I don't really care. Like, I can understand that it's, like, a massive moment and I'm, like, happy for him, but I'm, like, I also just don't care. Like,
yeah.
I'm, like, cool.
Oh,
so
no.
we just...
Well, I mean, okay. We'll go with Kimi and George.
We don't have to. I mean... No, but
we don't have to, but, like,
we do though.
That's my pick.
Yeah.
No, I do. I get what you mean. I think, like, when you look at it as a sport that's about racing,
but it is also about moments. Like, it is.
Yes.
So I think, I do think that these two things represent such different sides of the sport. So it kind of, we've got one for each. It's like, we've got one for like what it means and what winning means and what racing means to people, and like the joy and stuff when you go through all these hard times to finally get the result. We've got that side of it, and we've got the will to it. I feel like in the final there, we've got two good things covered in terms of good moments. I agree. And we haven't disagreed too much.
No. And that was really fun. I really enjoyed doing that.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for our mid-season review. It's been a little chaotic and long, so hopefully you're still here. Anyways, we hope you're still all having a nice summer. Shut up, Evie. All right. If you enjoyed listening on an app, give us a 5-star review because it really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.